Welcome back, Madridistas. Real Madrid may have started the season strong with back-to-back wins, but the transfer drama is far from over. Dani Ceballos has dropped a huge hint about his future with a cryptic, last dance post. Marseille are pushing hard for his signature, and Los Blancos are already eyeing Dutch wonderkid Kees Smit as a possible replacement. Meanwhile, Eduardo Camavinga has rejected a massive offer from Saudi Arabia, and club veteran Vázquez has finally found a new team after 17 years at the Bernabéu. There's plenty to unpack, so let's dive straight into today's updates. Real Madrid's strong start to the season, capped by a 3-0 win at Real Oviedo, has not silenced transfer speculation. At the center of it all is Dani Ceballos, whose future at the Santiago Bernabéu looks increasingly uncertain. The Andalusian midfielder has managed just 4 minutes in the opening 2 league matches, even when Xabi Alonso rotated heavily. After the Oviedo match, Ceballos fueled speculation further with a cryptic social media post reading "Last Dance," widely interpreted as a farewell hint. Marseille have emerged as serious contenders for his signature. The French side are in talks over a possible transfer or even a loan deal with a buy clause. Kees Smit to replace Dani Ceballos at Real Madrid? As reported earlier, Real Madrid do not wish to let Ceballos leave without securing a replacement and are already scanning the market for options. As such, Fischages reports that one name that stands out for Real Madrid as a candidate is Kees Smit of AZ Alkmaar. At just 19, the Dutch midfielder is regarded as one of Europe's brightest prospects and had originally been earmarked for 2026. But with Ceballos headed for the exit doors, Eduardo Camavinga's fitness issues, and the gradual integration of Arda Güler, Real Madrid may accelerate their pursuit. It must also be factored in that Real Madrid did not sign a replacement for Toni Kroos last summer and bid farewell to Luka Modric last month. So, the idea of bringing in a new midfielder, amid the possibility of losing Ceballos as well, makes sense for Xabi Alonso and company. To that end, Smit has emerged as a potential target to replace the 29-year-old midfielder at the Santiago Bernabéu. However, AZ's €35 million valuation poses a significant hurdle to any early move. After all, Real Madrid have already spent over €170 million this summer. Como has been an attractive destination for young players lately, with Nico Paz notably becoming a rising star after joining Cesc Fabregas' team. Como themselves have been quite proactive in identifying and signing young talents this summer, having already roped in the likes of Jesus Rodriguez, Martin Bacharina and Jadon Adai among others. With just a week remaining before the transfer window slams to a shut, Como are still looking for reinforcements, especially in the fullback department. Como I move for Alex Jimenez. According to Gianluca Di Marzio, one of the players Como are targeting in the final days of the transfer market is right-back Alex Jimenez. The club are negotiating a loan deal for the youngster with an option to buy. Formerly of the Real Madrid Youth Academy, Jimenez joined AC Milan permanently last summer, in a deal worth only €5 million. However, Real Madrid were able to secure a buyback clause for the young defender, meaning the club can always re-sign the player on a cheap valuation. After a season that saw him make 22 league appearances for AC Milan, Jimenez's valuation on Transfermarkt has skyrocketed to €15 million. Real Madrid therefore will be closely tracking the right-back's future, especially if Como end up approaching the player over a late move. It must be noted that Real Madrid and Como are already in talks over Nico Paz's future, with the Italian clubs keen on changing the terms of the deal for the player. This is because Real Madrid hold a cheap buyback clause and are entitled to 50% of the youngster's future sale, at a time when Tottenham Hotspur are reportedly willing to shell out €50 million for the player. The coming days therefore will be interesting as Real Madrid closely monitor the future of former academy stars such as Paz and Jimenez. Real Madrid may be preparing to say goodbye to Dani Ceballos once again, 8 years after he first joined from Real Betis. The midfielder added fuel to the exit rumors when he posted a cryptic message on social media after the win over Real Oviedo. Talks are ongoing with Olympique Marseille over a deal that would likely start as a loan with an option, or even an obligation, to buy for a fee in the range of €10 to €15 million. From Ceballos' side, he is eager to find a club where he can play a bigger role, especially with ambitions of making Spain's squad for future tournaments. Meanwhile, Xabi Alonso does not want to lose the midfielder without having a replacement ready. Reports suggest Madrid are actively searching the market for a suitable option. They considered recalling Nico Paz from Como for around €8 million, but ultimately decided to let him continue his growth in Serie A. Another possibility being discussed is promoting academy talent Thiago Pitarch, who could step up into the first-team setup. A star or a stopgap? One of the traits that has characterized Real Madrid over recent years in the transfer market has been their desire only to spend big on a young prospect, or to bring in a veteran on the cheap. Ceballos is not a starter, but he is a reliable option in midfield, and bringing in a youngster with potential may not fulfill what Alonso is seeking at the position. In terms of another major investment, the likes of Rodri Hernandez, Alexis Mac Allister and Enzo Fernandez have been linked to the club, but without significant income, such a large investment seems unlikely. With the final week of the summer transfer window upon us, Real Madrid might be bracing themselves for some last-minute activity. Dani Ceballos, for one, is expected to be on his way out in the coming days while question marks remain over the continuity of Rodrigo Goes. Other than that, there is unlikely to be any other major movement, but that has not stopped clubs testing the waters. Eduardo Camavinga receives Saudi offer. Indeed, according to journalist Ramon Alvarez, Real Madrid midfielder Eduardo Camavinga has received a very strong offer from Saudi Arabia. However, the young Frenchman has rejected it outright as his only wish is to recover from his ankle injury and get back to playing for Real Madrid. Camavinga has endured a rough year with injuries, having missed a plethora of matches due to recurring fitness problems last season. The 22-year-old midfield talent suffered an ankle injury earlier this month, but is expected to be back in training this week and make his comeback against Mallorca on Saturday night. There had been murmurs of interest from Manchester United in Camavinga prior to these developments of an offer from Saudi Arabia, but nothing came of it. As far as the former Rennes wonderkid is concerned, he has firmly rejected the offer from the Middle East and is currently focused on his recovery to get back on the field for Real Madrid. Considering that Real Madrid do not have another holding midfielder behind Aurelien Tchouaméni, Camavinga will have an important role in acting as backup for his fellow Frenchman. Real Madrid veteran Lucas Vázquez has found a new club, after almost 2 months without a team. The experienced fullback left Los Blancos earlier this summer, and has been consid since. After 17 years at Real Madrid, interrupted by a solo year on loan at Espanyol, Vázquez found himself out of contract this summer, and without an offer to continue, following the signing of Trent Alexander-Arnold. A loyal servant, for much of the last decade, Vázquez has doubled as cover at right back for Dani Carvajal after moving back from the right wing. Bayer Leverkusen reach agreement for Vázquez. Espanyol, his only other club, had been linked with a fresh move for Vázquez, while Italian giants Juventus and AC Milan also appeared on the horizon. It does appear that Vázquez will make his first ever move abroad to the Bundesliga. Fabrizio Romano reports that Vázquez has reached an agreement to join Bayer Leverkusen, the former side of last manager Xabi Alonso, and the team where his long-term teammate and competition Carvajal spent time. Difficult final year at Real Madrid. After Carvajal went down with an anterior cruciate ligament injury early on last year, the pressure was put on Vázquez to produce as a right-back. Carlo Ancelotti trusted the veteran for the most part, but he struggled to hold up after being targeted by opposition, with Fede Valverde at times being asked to fill in. All the same, the 34-year-old made 53 appearances last year, scoring twice and giving 8 assists. And that's the latest from the Santiago Bernabéu Madridistas. With Dani Ceballos edging closer to the exit, Real Madrid could be forced back into the market, while Camavinga's loyalty will be music to the fans' ears. Add to that Lucas Vázquez heading to Bayer Leverkusen, and it's clear the final week of the transfer window could bring plenty of twists. Do you think Ceballos should be allowed to leave now, or should Madrid keep him as a rotation option? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss the latest Real Madrid news. Hala Madrid.